Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2022 NFL preview video. Today I'm breaking down the Miami Dolphins, but if this is your first time here and you like football, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the growing community of football junkies and fans of all 32 NFL teams right here. Now, here's how my videos work. First, I start off with 3 things I like about the Miami Dolphins. Then I follow up with 3 things I don't like about the Dolphins. Then I break down the schedule, go over the yearly win total odds, and at the end, I reveal if I'm going to put action down on the Miami Dolphins. Now, let's start it off. 3 things I like about the Miami Dolphins. First thing I like about the Miami Dolphins is the offseason acquisitions. Now, everybody knows about Tyreek Hill, and Tron Armstead also made a lot of noise, but Mike McDaniel is coming from San Francisco, who had a run-heavy offense. One of the things I really liked that he did was he added 3 running backs with Myles Gaskin, last year's leading rusher. You had Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, and Sony Michel. And all 3 of these guys that are coming into Miami, all 3 of these guys have been a starting NFL running back at one point in time or another in their career. So this running back room, which I thought was barren last year, comes into 2022 completely full. And this works hand in hand perfectly with the second thing I like about the Miami Dolphins, and that is the outside speed. I just watched an interview on the NFL Network where Tyreek Hill called him and Jalen Waddle the fastest duo of all time. And he might be right. I mean, he really could be telling the truth. It's hard to say. But in this run-heavy offense that Mike McDaniel is going to bring in, having outside speed basically eliminates any chance the defense has of putting 8 in the box. You literally can't do it. Hill and Waddle both had 100 receptions, had over 100 receptions each last year. Neither one will probably get 100 this year, but that deep speed not only helps the running game. You have a 6'6" Pro Bowl tight end, Mike Gesicki, and whoever starts at the other receiver spot. Now, our lads in ESPN has Cedric Wilson. By the way, he's a 6'2", 200-pound, big-bodied receiver. These 2 guys on the outside just open up the interior for Gesicki, Wilson. You can't stack the box with all this speed, so it'll help the running game. And while they may not have 100 catches this year, just the presence of them on the field just opens up everything else. The third thing I like about the Miami Dolphins is keeping defensive coordinator Josh Boyer. Normally, a head coach likes to bring in a new coaching staff, but what Miami did was keep defensive coordinator Josh Boyer intact with the coaching staff, and I thought that was a really smart move. Now, Miami was 16th in points, 15th in yards, but they did have 48 sacks, and 2 rookies played quite a bit last year. I remember watching Javon Holland on Monday Night Football against the Saints late last year. He really stood out. I was thinking, oh my God, this might be a top 5 safety going into 2022. So the weakness of the Miami Dolphins last year was the offensive side of the ball. Keeping a young, talented defense intact with the same scheme going into 2022 is a real smart move. The best part is this defense doesn't take the next step up. You just replace Josh Boyer in 2023. Just to recap, the 3 things I really like about the Miami Dolphins: number 1, the offseason acquisitions; 2, the outside speed; and 3, keeping Boyer as a defensive coordinator. Now, 3 things I don't like about the Miami Dolphins. The first thing I don't like about the Miami Dolphins is hiring another first-time head coach. And this isn't an issue with Mike McDaniel, and I'm pulling for him, obviously, but this is the 7th consecutive time the Miami Dolphins have hired a first-time head coach. By the way, these other first-time head coaches, not one of them won a playoff game. But the last coach who did win a playoff game, you have to go all the way back to 2000, was Dave Wannstedt, who was previously a head coach with the Chicago Bears. So nothing against McDaniel, but in the state of Florida, you got 2 other teams with new head coaches. Both of them have been head coaches before. And Doug Peterson, the head coach of Jacksonville, he actually coached Tyreek Hill in Kansas City, the former quarterback coach. It might have been a better hire. And I bring that up because the second thing I don't like about the Miami Dolphins is the pressure on Tua. Now, Tua was the 5th overall pick in 2020, and you might remember the tank for Tua talk that was kind of all over social media, and especially in Miami, when it looked like at one point in time they might go winless. Now, while he struggled, Joe Burrow, the first pick in 2020, he's gone to a Super Bowl, and Justin Herbert, the 7th pick in 2020, went for 5,000 yards last year and also went to a Pro Bowl. Now, this offseason, it was either a podcast or a show that Tyreek Hill does. Now, he was comparing Patrick Mahomes to Tua. And I get why Tyreek's pumping up his guy and trying to give fans some excitement, but he said that he's a more accurate quarterback. Well, they've never played in a game before, so it's not a true statement, but Dolphins fans believe this. I saw all over social media, yeah, Tua's a more accurate quarterback than Mahomes. Well, he's not, but this is additional pressure, and when you add this to the third thing I don't like about the Miami Dolphins, and that is their unrealistic expectations. If you're one of those Dolphins fans who believe that Tua is a more accurate quarterback than Mahomes, I'm really referring to you when I say unrealistic expectations, because the Dolphins made a big splash this offseason in acquiring talent. Tua is expected to be a star quarterback. You finished 9-8. You kept your defensive coordinator and the defense intact. Now you have an offensive-minded coach. So we're going to the Super Bowl. But the other 6 first-time head coaches you hired didn't even win a playoff game. So maybe this is lucky 7, but there's a lot of people, Dolphins fans and people in NFL media, they're kind of looking at the Dolphins as a dark horse Super Bowl team. In my opinion, they're still the 3rd best team in the AFC East. I think that they're a year away, but the whole point of this channel is to generate a conversation. Let's talk about football. So listen, if you disagree with me, let me know. Drop a comment below. Let's talk football. So just to recap the 3 things I don't like about the Miami Dolphins, another first-time head coach, the pressure on Tua. No other quarterback in the NFL is under more pressure than Tua to win this year, in my opinion. And then unrealistic expectations. So let's take a look at the schedule. I go over the yearly win total odds, and then I reveal if I'm going to put action on the Miami Dolphins this year. First off, you're off to a brutal start. Now, 2 of the first 3 games are at home, but they're against New England and Buffalo. Now, here's a little advanced betting tip. Bill Belichick's always struggled in Miami. I don't know if you want to bank on that, but his history shows that Belichick always has a tough time in Miami. Lost there last year. Now, week 5 is interesting because you have an advantage here. You play Cincinnati on Thursday, and the Jets travel to Pittsburgh week 4 on Sunday. So even though it is a road game, you get a few extra days rest. So that's kind of a big advantage. Now, after you play the Jets, 3 out of the next 5 games are at home, and you have 2 very winnable road games at Detroit and at Chicago. A week 11 bye could be rather advantageous. I like late season buys. Now, Houston does not have a bye week 11, so you get to host them week 12. That's a huge advantage. Then you have 3 really difficult consecutive road games. That's a tough stretch. And then you end the season with 2 out of your final 3 games are at home. Now, there are some bright spots in this schedule, but this is overall a pretty difficult schedule. The yearly win total odds is 8.5. Now, both Caesars and Barstool have heavy action on the over. Caesars at -135 and Barstool at -134. This means that you have to wager, if you use the Caesars number of -135, you have to wager 135 to win 100. It also means, because there's been a lot of action on the over, it could jump from 8.5 to 9. Now, if you like the under, you can get +110 at Barstool or +115 at Caesars, which means a $100 wager would win you either 110 or 115. What's really funny is that if Miami finishes 9-8 again, you win either way. So I personally like the under because I could see 9-8 as a realistic possibility, which ironically, again, also pays you on the over. So let's hope for a 9-8 finish and everybody wins. But I really like the under. And let's go over the schedule again. I'll explain why. First off, I could see an 0-4 start. I don't think that's an unrealistic possibility at all to go 0-4. But let's just pencil one of these to be a win, and then you win against the Jets on the road. That gets you to 2-3. Then let's just say after the Jets you win 3 out of your next 4. All right, so that gets you home to Cleveland. You're probably either 4-5 or 3-6. And I don't think this Week 10 game against Cleveland's a gimme. But if you like the over, you need this to be a win. So you win, you beat Houston. Then out of those next 3 road games, you need at least one of those games to be a win. And the reason why is that if you have a win against Cleveland, a win against Houston, you get one of those 3 games, one of those 3 road games, that gets you to 7. All right? The problem is I don't see 2 out of these final 3 games being wins. I don't see you getting the 9, so that's kind of why I think the under is a really good play here. Now, I don't like betting on rookie head coaches. I remember Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. I remember thinking this isn't going to work out. Back-to-back losing seasons. He wins 13 games year 1 and year 2 and year 3. So I don't like it, but I will put a little action on Miami. I do like the under. But this is my opinion. This is what I think. I really want to hear from you. What's your opinion? Drop a comment below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Like the video, ring the bell while you're notified every time I come out with a new video. Now, if you're watching the premiere, you're watching it Friday afternoon, I go live tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the live stream. Anything goes. Tell me what I got wrong. It's okay. Go ahead. I encourage discussion. I want to know what you think, not what I think. So join the live stream. Tell me what I got wrong. I answer everything live. All questions, all answers, anything goes. So join the show 7 p.m. tonight.